time, bruh.
Smash+Grab, or Smash and Grab as it's known to its friends, is a 3v3 online gang warfare game from the makers of Sleeping Dogs. Or at least it was, because the makers of Sleeping Dogs, United Front Games, have actually closed down, and with it, Smash and Grab is no more. It still exists on Steam, however if you have a close look at its page, you're probably going to find that the sale button is conspicuously absent, and there's a big pop-up notice about refunds, so it means that I'm here to talk to you about a game that you can't play anymore, which is a shame. Now, Smash and Grab was interesting in the sense that it was an arena-based, beat-em-up, steal-a-lot kind of game. It was set in a dystopian future where gangs are able to run the streets in a sort of Warriors-esque kind of vibe, which was really cool, and each of the characters did look really nifty. Your squad's made up of your main dude,
Sucker's gonna go down,
his right-hand dude, and a bunch of just general chaff dudes that you don't really know about, but they're there, which is helpful, I guess. And what you do is you run around smashing into shops, doing a bit of this, and doing a lot of this. Seriously, a lot of this.
Oh, that's money right there.
The main objective of the game was obviously to steal like $50,000, and you did this by going through smaller shops, later on unlocking bigger shops, and finally hitting the really big chains for the big money. And during this, obviously, you would be hustled around by the enemy team, which is made up again of 3 players and their respective gangs. The gameplay itself was slick, quick, and very simple, and obviously I don't want to say simple in the sense that it wasn't engaging, it was basic, and sometimes that's all you need. Obviously you can mash the hell out of your attack button to mash the hell out of the enemy's faces. Each leader has a range of abilities, obviously to help them in combat, and you can also weave in some grabs, and maybe even charge attacks to sort of really hit it home. During the course of the game, you'd steal money, you'd get items that can be used to utilize the game's upgrade capabilities to turn your hammer into something a little bit more interesting. And finally, when you win the game, you get the bragging screen to show just how much you stole before loading yourself back on the train to go back to your hideout, I guess. Now, due to the game's structure, it did seem a little MOBA-esque in the sense that obviously you go through and do it just without the hassle of leveling up. And though the game was quite interesting and engaging, the one thing that left me with a massive problem was the fact that it didn't make use of our old friend, the Z-axis. Yeah, that's right, there is no up and down movement in this game. After playing older games like SMNC, the long forgotten Forge, and even nowadays just playing a hit shooter like Overwatch, you really want to have that level of movement so that way you feel more in control of your character, as opposed to a human-shaped buggy just sort of driving around on a flat surface. It wasn't a deal breaker for me. I did play the game, and I will say I enjoyed it. However, knowing that it's not going anywhere bums me out entirely. The customization options were cool. The characters, they were cool, but obviously everything is limited, and you know it's not going to get any better than it is right now, which, in a time capsule sense, makes the game interesting in the fact that what you've got right now is never going to drastically change. But obviously, with the purchase and play buttons removed from Steam, what does that mean for the community? Are they now just left sort of alone in a museum to give it a red-hot go until such time as somebody decides to unplug it? Who knows? Either way, Smash and Grab was an interesting competitive gang warfare game that I'll honestly say was taken too soon. I don't know the full story behind the troubled development, or even just United Front Games' issues. I mean, they did have things like Triad Wars being announced, and I'll be honest, I thought Sleeping Dogs did really well, so the fact that they've shut down just leaves me, to be honest, quite disappointed. Either way, Smash and Grab gets a solid 4 out of 5, I guess, gravestones at this point for the sake of just giving it a red-hot go, until such point as it couldn't go anymore. I think I can, until you can't.